Hello everyone, it's Rosin back with another beta impressions video. Been doing a lot of these this year. I don't know what else to say other than there's a lot of games that interested me that ended up having betas. Mirror's Edge Catalyst had one, which that game kinda turned out bad. But the beta was fun, so that was unfortunate. But Overwatch had a really good beta and then also turned out great, so at least that's good. And then we have this game, which I'm going to be playing a little bit of Titanfall 2 here. I decided that I'd just show off a match and talk over it. What I like, what I don't like, that sort of thing. One thing I do want to specify just right off the bat here is I have not played Titanfall 1. I don't have anything that could run it, at least not reliably. Don't have a 360, don't have an Xbox One, PlayStation boy for life sort of deal. I have a PC that could, from what I've seen, could probably run it, but not very well, and for a fast-paced high speed action game like this, you're not gonna want to play, running slow or anything like that. So I didn't even really bother with it. Titanfall 1 always did interest me though. I mean, I love mechs and shit like that. And just like high speed shooters in general are pretty cool. So I was interested in this game, especially since I could play it for PS4 or whatever, ever since its announcement, and I figured I'd try out this free weekend beta. Missed out on the first weekend, unfortunately. Was only able to really play one match of that. But then this is the second and I believe final weekend beta, and I had quite a bit of time with it. So right here I'm rocking a submachine gun class, and the first thing that I want to point out is just moving. And I know that apparently the first game you moved a lot better, and just in general, a lot of people that played the first game have kind of said this beta was disappointing. I mean, I don't know if that really invalidates my opinion, because I feel like there's probably a lot of PlayStation 4 players in the same boat as I am, where this is my first real Titanfall exposure. Just moving feels great. I love it. Just there's nothing else like it, really. I think the new Call of Duty is actually, there's a lot more of a high-speed thing going on like this, but I don't know, I jumped off the COD ship a while ago. But yeah, it just feels nice. The grappling hook that I have going on this class, not all classes have it, it's kind of like an item you equip when you create your class, is really, really damn satisfying, and just while running, all that sort of stuff just feels great. I do want to talk a little bit on the game modes, because I feel... I don't know. The main game mode that they had is this weird thing where, like, you're collecting money after you kill enemies, and I think you get more money the more kills you get, and then you need to go to these weird little, like, machines to deposit your points. It's weird. I didn't really get it. I looked it up online how to play it properly, and I got 3 different explanations from 3 different people. It probably could have been explained maybe a little bit better. Actually, now that I think about it, there was probably a part that covered it in the tutorial, but I didn't play it, I just kind of jumped right in, so maybe that's my bad, to be fair. Second game mode was, I liked a bit better, but I had issues with it. It's basically called Amped Hardpoint. Kind of a domination-style game mode. Problem I had with that, though, is I feel like I kept being limited with my mobility just because... you do kind of have to focus around the little objective areas, and I kind of found myself going a little bit slower than I could say here, which is, this is just a regular team deathmatch mode where you're just, fighting. So that kind of disappointed me a little bit. But I will say I really latched onto this team deathmatch mode, which isn't everyone's cup of tea, I do realize, but I feel like this is scratching a bizarre itch for me, because, I feel like if I want something that's a little more objective-based and maybe a bit slower or more tactical, I'd play Overwatch. If I just feel like going in and, like, having a fast-paced, brainless shooter, I think I feel confident in going and just playing this exclusively for Team Deathmatch, which, like I said, not going to be a lot of people's cups of tea. Definitely, I really don't think Titanfall 1 fans, just as a whole, are gonna latch onto this. If you can play 1, I think you're probably gonna find a more rewarding and fun game there, just from the reactions I've seen, and even... I think in general the modes are a lot better received than what I've seen of 2's here. I mean, I'm not the only person that doesn't like those 2 modes, it sounds like. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have fun with this. I spent a decent chunk of my weekend just playing this. Um, it's really fun. My only main gripe, I guess, other than the slew of them I just listed, um, is that since I am just focusing on team deathmatch just because I find it so much fun, but it is the one mode where you don't get to actually play with the Titans, which are the big giant mechs, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, like, I don't know, just moving around, grappling, wall running, going on killing sprees is a lot of fun, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't just enjoy it to shit. Um, I don't believe all of the maps were included in the beta. Actually, the more I think about it, I think there was only like 2 or 3. So maybe the other modes will be better. Maybe we just got a bad batch of maps, who knows. Maybe the other modes will be better with different maps, but yeah, like, the single player interested me just because I think they could do some really cool stuff with it. It's from the makers of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2's campaigns, which, for as far as first-person shooter campaigns go, are some of the best around. Modern Warfare 2 kind of brought in the whole, I don't know, it kind of started a lot of trends that FPS games would kind of become infamous for, like, big Hollywood set-piece moments and stuff, but they have kind of said that they want to stray away from that with this game single player. They said that there's even, like, puzzles and stuff, which sounds interesting, because you don't get that a lot with shooters anymore. So that's really cool, and I'm looking forward to playing the single player. I wish they had, like, a mission included in the beta, but I understand why they didn't, because, I mean, the beta was exclusively for testing out the network and making sure everything was working fine, it sounds like. That being said, I do remember hearing that they did tune some gameplay stuff between the first weekend and the second weekend of the beta. I'm not entirely sure what. Couldn't answer that if someone asked, but it does seem like they're open to suggestions. So even though fans of one are probably going to end up being pretty disappointed, I do think that they're trying, which doesn't always amount to enough. But I think it's good enough for what it is, and like I said, just as someone who never was exposed to one really for more than like an hour at a friend's house or something, I think this is just fun and is scratching an itch for high mobility, fast-paced shooting on PS4 that I kind of wanted to get out of Doom's multiplayer, but Doom's multiplayer kind of ended up being nothing. I mean, fantastic campaign, one of the best shooter campaigns I've played in a while, but yeah, Doom's multiplayer was just not there. It was kind of not great, so I don't know. I feel really weird recommending a shooter and saying 2 out of the 3 modes I played weren't fun, but like, the team deathmatch, man, I swear, like, I've been having so much fun, like, just running around, and I feel like I'm starting to repeat myself a bit, but there's a lot of different options available for you as far as you know, if you want to play more of a stealthy character, you have weapon and skill options available for you. Just in general, your gear and stuff. It does a good job of being, I guess, there's a fine line between, I think a lot of shooters either have too little customization in their multiplayer, and they just want to keep things simple, or they go overboard and, like, it becomes hell to balance. I think this game is really a nice middle point, maybe leaning more towards the minimalistic side. There's not a lot here, like, there's not a shit ton of weapons that you're going to be getting, but at the same time, the ones that you do use all feel great, fun to use. I never touched a weapon in this beta that I did not like, to be honest. But, you know, if you're the guy who really likes to play shooters to experiment with builds and run around and do weird shit, maybe this game isn't the one for you. But I personally think that as far as arcadey shooters go, the loadout and general stuff is fine. One thing I do want to actually touch on now that I think about it is, at least for the beta, you couldn't really just invite friends to a game. You kind of needed to create what they called a network, but I think the general idea is that you kind of create your own clan, and then you can invite people into, like, your clan room. And you can have, they call it networks, and it seems like you can be a part of multiple networks, but I really hope, and maybe they've confirmed this, I haven't been keeping up much with the game. I really hope that they do, just have, like, an invite friends and create a small little party option, because, one, it's confusing, and it really... It'd kind of be a struggle for me to recommend this game to someone who's, you know, like, just average Joe on the street and be like, hey, want to play Titanfall 2 together? We'll go buy it, and then I need to create a room, and then I need to invite you, and you're part of my network. Like, it was just really weird and unintuitive, I found. So hopefully that is changed beforehand. Like, I literally had to Google, how do I play with friends in Titanfall 2 beta? Like, that's not a good sign. It's not great when you have to do that. Getting a little too focused on the, charge shot here. I was doing pretty good. I kind of started to lose my flow towards the end of this game, and I feel like I kind of was a partial contributor to our defeat here, but I don't know. I still did pretty good. But yeah, I probably could have stopped dicking around with that charge shot rifle. It's just so satisfying to use. You charge it up, and if you hit them with it, it's just an insta-kill. But yeah, I was trying to get fancy. I probably should have relied on my assault rifle more. So yeah, towards the end of the game here, you basically just have to go around and you are left to like 1 life, and you get bonus XP if you're on the defeated team. You go to a dropship and you have to make an escape. If you're part of the victory team, you have to eliminate the remaining players before they escape, and you can also blow up the dropship, I believe, so they just can't escape, which is also pretty cool. And it's just a nice little epilogue section where you can get bonus XP, which is really cool. And here's a little bit of the results screen. Not going to show off too much, though, because I want to show you some cool moments that I want to just have recorded, part of history forever. So I use my amped weapon charge right here. Running from rooftop to rooftop. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Punch the air. Oh, baby, a triple. That's some good shit right there. I was proud of that one. And this one was just stupid. I didn't even really deserve this. This is just me dicking around, as I do. So yeah, taking some shots. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, charge shot. Yeah, double. Woo! But yeah, that's Titanfall 2. It's pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it.